What assumptions are clients making based on your price? You'd be surprised what your rates are saying about you and your video business.
Whoa. We're on a mission to rid the world of bad video.
Bye-bye.
This is the DV Show.
Target in range.
Bad video sucks.
Welcome to another edition of the DV Show podcast. My name is Brian. So let's face it, price communicates an expectation of quality. The higher the price, the higher quality we expect. So what impression are your rates giving your potential clients? And is it a good one? Which should taste better? A $100 per plate dinner or a $5 dinner in a bag? If you paid $100, you'd expect it to taste way better. So which video director do you think would do a better job? The director who charges $1,500 a day or the one who charges $350 a day? Obviously, we'd expect a higher quality from the $1,500 a day director. We make assumptions based on price. And so do your clients. They make assumptions about us based on price. The amount you charge communicates the quality your customers should expect. So how do we find the right price? What's the right price for your clients? What do you want to say? So let's take a look at 3 pricing models, what they say about you and which one you should be in. I mentioned in a previous podcast 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, I was talking about this book. I cannot put it down. I'm not lying when I say that. I can't put it down. I mean, you're going to look at the binding is all cracked. The book is a mess. It's got food in it. I can't put it down. And I learn something new every single day. And again, it's called Selling the Invisible, a Field Guide to Modern Marketing. And it's so generic for anyone in the service industry that it relates to even the video professional. It's by Harry Beckwith. I'm on the pricing chapter, which is very, very interesting. Some good stuff on pricing your products and services. There are some great gems of information in this part of the book. I mean, for example, he talks about the Carpenter corollary to the Picasso principle. I mean, if you don't know what it's all about, we're going to go over this right now. He talks about, it's a little gem. It's a man that was suffering a persistent problem with his house, and this floor kept squeaking. And no matter what he tried, nothing worked. So finally, he called a carpenter whose friends said was a true craftsman. Okay, so he called this guy in. The craftsman walked into the room and heard the squeak. He set down his toolbox, pulled out a hammer and a nail, and pounced that nail into the floor with 3 blows. And the squeak in the floor was gone forever, thanks to this craftsman. Now, the carpenter pulled out an invoice slip on which he wrote the total of $45. And above the total were 2 line items, one $2 for hammering, and $43 was knowing where to hammer. And at the end, it says in this little gem, charge for knowing where. All right, so this gets me to thinking of the topic of this podcast, pricing your video production services. It's all about pricing. What do you charge your clients? Do I charge too little, too low? I mean, it's often a catastrophe for creative people, especially video makers like you. It's quite possibly the hardest part of running any business, including a creative business such as video production services. So I'm not here to talk to you about how to price your services. I'm going to talk to you about what rates say about you and your business. Okay? So what impression are your rates giving your potential clients, and is it a good one? So we're going to go over this right now on the DV Show. So there are 3 areas of pricing, and we all fall into one of them. Let's go over this and see which one you really fall into. So the first area of pricing is that cheap and chirpy, the cheap and chirpy video professional, okay? Cheap and chirpy. And what this person does is, some video businesses have a good competitive pricing strategy, meaning they're cheaper than their competitors. Everyone out of the gate does this, and they lowball their video production services to get the client. And now this isn't a very good strategy or a category to be in, and here's why. First of all, you're cutting down the hours spent on each client. And that basically means that you have to work fast to make money. And this sadly results in poor quality work and often poor quality clients. And no one wants a poor client. I mean, honestly, no one wants that. I mean, you don't want to put this below average work in your reel to show potential clients that are going to be paying you money. So you also get a penny snatching client. We talked about this in earlier podcasts, and I'm just kind of running it down. You're going to get that penny snatching client who doesn't value their business enough to spend much money on it. They don't value your production services, and they think they can tell you how to do your job over and over and over again. Basically, the client from hell. And this falls into the category of cheap and chirpy, okay? And the work experience is not as fun when you're in this category as a video professional because you're rushing and your clients aren't exactly that amazing. All right, so you don't want to go here. I mean, it's great to be have a flash in the pan and to charge low rates. That's fine, but that's the results that you're going to get. That's the consequences you're going to suffer. Penny snatching clients. You're cutting down on your hours, your work quality is not that great, you have poor quality clients, and you have a crappy reel, and the work experience is not that fun. So go ahead and do it. Be cheap and chirpy. Go out there and be Mr. Cheapskate and devalue yourself. And what that basically is saying is that you're a beginner videographer, you're hungry and desperate for money, and you need it fast. And you don't have time to give your clients the special attention needed to produce a quality product. And the work that you provide won't be high quality, but hey, you're cheap, you're fast, you work basically for free. Go ahead and do it. I mean, there are some downsides to this, and there are some downsides to this. I'm not one to say, hey, don't go out there and do that cheap work first, but don't make it your life. Don't make it your business. Go out there and, build a reel and do great work and build up networking. That's the only reason you should be doing this. I mean, don't even do it for money. Just do it to network and get your skills out there. All right, so let's get into number 2, the category that we're talking about today on the DV Show podcast, the middle ground. Now, if you don't have the years and years of experience, and I personally think the middle ground is a nice place to sit as far as your pricing category and your pricing strategy. So if you're on the middle ground, and your pricing isn't cheap enough to attract clients with super low budgets, this is where to be. Okay, this is a perfect spot to be. The middle ground. And your clients will be easier to work with. You'll easily find the places where these middle ground clients hang out. But unfortunately, most service-based businesses target clients with a middle ground budget. So you will have lots of competition. And being in this area kind of causes a lot of competition, which forces people to go up to that, cheap and chirpy category. But don't give up. There's lots of competition in this middle ground. And that means basically making yourself stand out without altering your pricing. And you need to think about how you can improve your services, how you can niche your video business, and how you can make a better impression than your competition. And this pricing basically says to clients that you are trustworthy. You're a trustworthy professional, and you'll really enjoy your experience with me talking to the client. So clients will really enjoy their experience with you being middle of the ground pricing. Also, what it says is that you're not going to give them crappy, rushed work. Some clients don't want to be cheap. I mean, this basically, when you're middle ground pricing, it's telling them that you're not going to be rushed with their work, the work that you do for them, and it's not going to be crappy video production. It can also give you more time and energy, and you can fulfill the needs, and you'll walk away feeling totally satisfied, is what this also tells the client, that you're going to be there for them. You're going to give them attention, and that you're working with a video professional, so expect greatness. So that middle ground category, as far as your pricing goes, will tell the client that immediately. All right, so number 3, the pricing category that most of us fall into and what you want to be into, what your prices are saying about your video production services is this category, which I like to be in. It's called the pricey and exclusive category. And in my personal opinion, the only time that you should be stepping it up to the pricey and exclusive team is when you have years of experience and you've worked with crazy popular clients, or what you do is so unique and so in demand that you can charge whatever the hell you want. Okay, so you're okay to be in this category if you want to. And what this basically says to clients, what this pricing category says to them is that you're a pro. You're the real deal. And no one else has anything on you. Okay, you can do this, and don't be an amateur and put yourself in this pricing category, because you're going to fail miserably. A lot of millennials out there, they don't have the experience. They have all the knowledge, and they're looking at stuff on YouTube, and they come across as a professional, but they really are not. So don't price yourself in this category unless you're a pro and you're the real deal, and no one else has nothing on you. And that's basically what it says about this pricing category. It also says if you want your job done thoroughly, properly, and passionately, then I am your video production service. That's what it says to the client. I give you more care, I give you more attention and love than all of my competitors put together. So if you're going to price yourself in this category, you've kicked it up a notch. And if you want the best, this is what you'll have to pay. This is what the clients are looking for. Now, again, word of advice, don't charge pro prices. Don't do it when you're an amateur, okay? Just don't do it. I would like to know what price bracket you fall into, and what do you think your pricing is telling potential clients at this very moment. Visit us at thedvshow.com. We'll keep the comments open, and we want your feedback. It'll be interesting to see what you have to say. Well, that does it for another edition of the DV Show podcast. Thanks for listening and subscribing. This is a podcast powered by you. Video production is not for everyone. It can easily become overwhelming, time-consuming, intimidating, and technical when all you want to do is create a video that works. And the options are daunting, and that's why we're here. So visit us at thedvshow.com. You can send us your questions. Just click that Ask Us button. We have a weekly newsletter. You can get official with us on Twitter, Facebook, and, of course, Instagram. Until our next podcast, we will see you next week.
Video production just got easier. The DV Show.
Serious about creating better video? You're in the right place. Subscribe to our free online coaching service and expand your learning beyond our popular podcast.